So guys, what's going on? I hope you guys are well. So I hope you guys are staying safe. So guys, a lot of people are picking Tyson Fury to stop AJ. Teddy Atlas said that he feels that Tyson Fury could stop AJ, knock him out. Many other feel that Tyson Fury will knock AJ out. And Teddy Atlas touched on something that I think he talked about AJ's mental, where he is mentally, and I think when we look at AJ's career, AJ's always come across as somebody to me that's been very confident, and when he was fighting in the ring, he wasn't. He would go in there and he had the attitude where he's going to go in and destroy. Whereas now it's not the same AJ anymore. It's a more tentative, more people like his fans and his fanboys will say, well, it's not. He's more. AJ's a lot more calculated now. He's a better boxer now. He's thinking more. His IQ is improved. But I'm not going to disagree with that. I feel like his IQ has improved. And listen, I think Anthony Joshua is a quality fighter. He's a very good boxer, Olympic gold medalist, and he can punch. However, I don't think what we're seeing now from AJ is the fact that he's being more calculated. I think it's because he's afraid of being hit, and he's afraid of being hurt, and he's afraid, as Teddy Atlas said, to be taken into that dark place. So you saw against Pulev, even when he had Pulev hurt, he didn't go in for the jugular. Because he was afraid that he may gas. He was afraid that Pulev may land something like Ruiz did in the first fight when they fought. So for me right now is Anthony Joshua mentally isn't in the same place that he once was. He's not. He's now thinking of the consequences if he was to get hit or if he was to get taken into that dark place where he gets tired and he gets fatigued like he was against Ruiz. He doesn't want to go back to that place. Now, Teddy Atlas pointed out what I pointed out and in many videos of mine. In the Ruiz fight, Anthony Joshua did well and he came back from a knockout loss to beat Ruiz, and he did it in emphatic fashion. Yeah, you've got to give him credit for that. You've got to give him respect for that. From coming back from a loss and he managed to get the victory. You have to respect that. You have to give him credit for that. However, what I saw in that fight, I saw a guy that's not very confident. I saw a guy that, although he was winning the fight very comfortably, or he won the fight comfortably, there was moments in there where it looked like, as Teddy Atlas said, Humpty Dumpty might have another great fall. And unfortunately, a lot of you Anthony Joshua fans, you don't acknowledge that. You keep saying that it's great boxing. I'm not denying he's a great boxer. There's no doubt about it. Anthony Joshua can box. What I'm trying to point out is you must see what we all see. You must see what all us neutrals see. Teddy Atlas isn't a guy that hates on Anthony Joshua. Neither is Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson thinks Fury will win because of other reasons, because he thinks Fury is so elusive and he doesn't think that AJ's speed is equivalent to Wilder's speed, and if Wilder couldn't land on him, how the hell is AJ going to land on him? Mike Tyson's got that theory. But Teddy Atlas thinks he could stop him, and I'm at the same opinion of Teddy Atlas. I feel he can stop Anthony Joshua, because I think from a mental point of view, that Ruiz fight has scarred Joshua's confidence and scarred him mentally. Now, a lot of his fans that come onto my channel give me a lot of stick. Fair enough, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm entitled to mine. I'm voicing my opinion. I don't think he's as confident as he used to be before the Ruiz fight. And I think we saw that in the Ruiz second fight. Every time Ruiz got close, I just saw it from Joshua's body language. He felt uneasy. He didn't feel comfortable, and I do worry for Joshua. I do worry if Fury takes him to that dark place that he might just crumble. Ruiz wasn't able to take him because Joshua had the right game plan and the right tactics, and also Ruiz didn't help himself with his weight and how badly he was out of shape. Ruiz just didn't help himself, and Anthony Joshua took full advantage of Ruiz being out of shape And fair play to AJ. He took advantage and he won comfortably. You have to give him respect. You have to respect that he came back. However, in my opinion, in the Pulev fight, I don't think he looked the old Joshua. And people will again say he looked more calculated. In the third round when he had Pulev hurt, you see how he backed off. Now, was that because he was afraid of getting hit? Was that because he had thrown a lot of punches and he didn't want to blow his load, didn't want to blow, himself out and get tired and gas out? Was it that? But I think there's so many things with Joshua where there's mental scoring and mental issues. Mentally, there's things going on up there that I feel like if somebody takes him to that dark place, we may see another Andy Ruiz. And I think Teddy Atlas was pointing that out as well. Teddy Atlas feels the same way, that although he won the fights, Joshua doesn't seem to have that same awe that he once had. Now you may say as a Joshua fan, he's being more calculated. But like I said, I don't see that same killer instinct. I don't see that same confidence. Joshua wasn't afraid before of being hit, right? Even after the Dillian Whyte fight. But you see a loss and a humiliating loss like it was to Ruiz can affect a lot of things, can affect your confidence, can affect a lot. Right? Joshua doesn't want to go through that again. So, and he knows if he gets hit, right, he could fall over and he could experience that again. He doesn't want to be embarrassed by getting put down 4 times in a fight, you see. And Joshua's now being circumspect in his fights. But that might be all right against an overweight Ruiz, who's not very fast, even if he was in his peak condition, and against a 40-year-old Pulev who was tough, very tough, but limited boxer, not the biggest puncher, not elusive, there to be hit. Against Tyson Fury, a guy that's a lot bigger than him, right? Not a bigger puncher than Joshua, but very elusive, very hard to hit, and also very confident right now. Tyson Fury, from a mental standpoint, is on another level right now. He believes he's the top man in the heavyweight division. Mentally, he's in a much better place than AJ right now. He knows that he can be hit, he can be hurt, and he can get back up and recover quick and win fights. That 12th round against Wilder in the first fight must have given him so much confidence that even when I'm out, I can get back up and I can come back and win fights. Tyson Fury, from a mental standpoint right now, mentally, he's in a great place. And I don't think Joshua's in that great place mentally like Fury. But again, let's talk about the positives about Joshua. Joshua's got a great resume. He's got great boxing skills. He can punch, right? And if he lands on Tyson Fury, he can knock Tyson Fury out. So what I want to see from AJ when these two fight is hopefully AJ can get back to his killer old self. Because I believe that AJ would have a much better chance of beating Tyson Fury. I believe so. I believe the Anthony Joshua that we saw against against Dominic Brazil, the Anthony Joshua we saw, even against Dillian Whyte, the Anthony Joshua we saw against Charles Martin, the Anthony Joshua we saw against Vladimir Klitschko. You see, that Anthony Joshua was a different Anthony Joshua. He didn't care. Like, even in the Klitschko fight, he got hit and he got hurt, he got dropped, right? He got back up and he won. But I felt like the confidence levels with Joshua was on another, like, he was confident even after 4 rounds, right? When nothing was happening, he didn't show Klitschko no respect. In the 5th round, he went after him. Now, if after 3 or 4 rounds in this fight, nothing's happening, will Joshua take the bull by the horns and say, listen, I've got to go after him like he did with Klitschko? Or is Joshua now in a mental mind frame where he just wants to play safety first? Because a defeat, and a humiliating defeat like the Ruiz fight can do that to you. Is Joshua going to be able to get out of the mindset he's currently in his safety first mindset, and become the old killer that Joshua was? If he can, I give him a good chance, very good chance. If not, and we get the same old tentative Joshua, like you guys are saying, calculated, he's not going to beat Tyson Fury. He's not going to beat Tyson Fury being calculated like that. He needs to become. There's going to be a point in the fight where I believe Anthony Joshua is going to have to become aggressive, and start taking it to Tyson Fury, and start looking to bust Tyson Fury up. Because if not, I don't see him winning the fight. If we get this tentative tentative Anthony Joshua that we saw in the Ruiz second fight, and the Pulev fight, that version of Anthony Joshua is not beating Tyson Fury. That version of Anthony Joshua will get stopped. Listen, man. See, when you're voicing an opinion about a fight and you're going against someone else's favorite fighter, automatically you're going to be called a hater. Automatically you're going to be called a fanboy. But you've got to see what I'm seeing. You've got to see, if you're a neutral fan, you've got to see what I'm seeing. You've got to see that Anthony Joshua doesn't seem to have the same confidence levels. He needs to get back to that old self, the old killer Anthony Joshua. Like I said, in the Klitschko fight, first 4 rounds, nothing happened. The 5th round, Anthony Joshua took the bull by the horns and attacked Klitschko. He said, what are we doing? The fight's drifting. Before, Anthony Joshua never let the fight drift. He always used to stamp authority. And in this fight, he can't just let the fight drift. Because if the fight's drifting, the chances are Tyson Fury is going to be out jabbing him. Tyson Fury is going to be, moving around and making it difficult. AJ is just going to have to walk him down and literally just stick it on him. Stick it on him, right? And that may mean it may backfire because he may get tired. He might blow his, blow out, and Fury might jump on top of him. Who knows? But the fact is, I think there will be a point in the fight where Anthony Joshua is going to have to go for it. I don't think this fight is going to be where he's going to be able to play it safe. I feel there have to come a point where Anthony Joshua will have to go after Tyson Fury if he is to win this fight. If he does that, for me, he has a great chance. He has a great chance. If he doesn't do that and he tries to play it safe and is the old tentative Joshua like he was in the Pulev and Fury's fight, he's got no chance. Not going to beat Not going to beat Fury at that kind of game. He needs to take it by the scruff of the neck and attack Tyson Fury. If he does that, he gives himself a great chance, right? Can he get back to where he was mentally prior to the Ruiz defeat? That time will tell. But there's a vulnerability about Joshua now that I notice. And as Teddy Atlas said, that if Anthony Joshua gets taken to that dark place again, he may fall apart. And I agree with Teddy Atlas, because Teddy Atlas sees what I'm seeing. Teddy Atlas sees what a lot of other people are seeing. That he's from a confidence point of view, from his body language, you can tell it's not the old Joshua. There's something that he's worried about being hit. He's worried about, blowing out. He's worried about all of these things, because in the Ruiz fight, he got hit and he got hurt. He was tired. He was gassing. He was, struggling to breathe in that fight. He doesn't want to get into that situation. He doesn't want to get into that place again. So that's why you're seeing him playing it first. That's why you're seeing him after the 3rd round up against Pulev. Joshua, the older Joshua, would have gone in and looked to finish him off. But this version of Joshua didn't want to rush in, didn't want to get caught, didn't want to blow out, because he doesn't want to go through what he went through against Ruiz. This is what people have to understand. He went through a humiliating defeat against Ruiz. He doesn't want to be taken to that place again. He knows what it's like to be humiliated like that. He knows what the media scrutiny. He knows the kind of criticism, the fans stick. He knows that what he's going to get. He doesn't want to go through that again. That's why he's playing it safe. And he knows against those guys, he can play it safe. You see, against Andy Ruiz, he knew that style would work, right? He knew against Pulev that style would work. He's bigger than Pulev. He's bigger than Ruiz. But against Tyson Fury, he's not bigger than Tyson Fury. He's not going to be able to out-jab Tyson Fury, right? He's not quicker than Tyson Fury. So he's going to have to take it to Tyson Fury. And he's capable of doing that. Joshua's a good fighter. He's capable. He just needs to get back to the old mindset. And, he may be able to... He can definitely cause this upset, without question. I feel like everyone's picking against AJ right now. Mike Tyson don't think he's going to win. Teddy Atlas is picking against him. Many others, most people that view it neutrally have Tyson Fury winning this fight. But AJ can pull off this upset. The bookies have got Tyson Fury the favorite. But AJ can pull this off. He can pull this off. He's got to box smart. He's got to go out there and initially, first 1 or 2 rounds, see what Tyson Fury is doing, box smart. But then third or fourth, if he feels the fight's drifting or Fury's nicking the round, then he's going to have to become aggressive and start taking it to Tyson Fury. If he does that, I think he has a great chance. Because look, Otto Wallin gave Fury trouble. You know, so Joshua, if he can get him on the inside, rough him up, you know, land a huge uppercut, you know, just make it rough and make it rough for Tyson Fury. You know, make it rough. And if he can do that, he might stand a chance. But the problem is, it's like Joshua, I don't know whether he has the confidence now to walk to Tyson Fury and just not fear what's coming back. If Joshua doesn't care what's coming back from Tyson Fury, I'll give him a chance. But if he starts worrying about what's coming back and being tentative, that's when there's going to be a problem. If he just goes in gung-ho and says, you know what, I'm going to go after this guy and look to attack him and put him off his game, right? He has a great chance because we all know that Joshua's got a great punch selection, not like Wilder. You know, Joshua's got a great right hand. He's got a great left hook. He's got a great uppercut, right? He's got a lot more to him, a lot more punch variety than what Wilder had. Prince Nassim Hamed, a reading quote from Prince, Prince Nassim Hamed said, I think Wilder was a tougher fight for Fury than AJ. He goes, Fury will beat AJ easier than Wilder. And he said Fury beat Wilder very easy, and that's a way tougher fight. And that I don't agree with that. I think AJ can be a tougher fight than Wilder, way tougher fight. But it depends on how AJ approaches it. If AJ comes in tentative and then Fury's just it'll be an easy night like a Klitschko. It'll just be, if AJ takes the ball by the horns, take it by the scruff of the neck, then it's going to be a very tough night. Because remember, AJ's got a lot more to his game than Wilder. He's got more punch variety. You know, he punches hard. Yeah, fair enough, Wilder might punch harder. He may even be faster, single shot, than Joshua. But Joshua's got punch variety. He's the best combination puncher in the heavyweight division. The best combination puncher. Joshua puts his punches together very well. And if Joshua puts... Here's the thing, if Joshua lands a couple of punches on Fury's gonna wobble him without question. Joshua's a very big puncher and he's a combination puncher. Wilder's not a combination puncher. Wilder's a single punch guy that takes you out. He hits you with one shot, it takes you out. Joshua puts combinations together. 2, 3, 4, he puts fast combinations together. And you don't want to be at the end of those fast combinations. So that's what I'm trying to say. Joshua needs to let that beast out again. He needs to become that old beast. The old version of Joshua. This version of Joshua isn't beating Tyson Fury. But if you can get that old version back, the one that doesn't care about what... And he's going to have to approach it. He can't be afraid of what's coming back from... There's going to be a point in the fight where I believe Joshua's going to just have to walk him down and not be afraid of what's coming from Tyson Fury. Take what he's got and just put it on him. Stick it on him. If Joshua can get into that mindset, I give him a good chance. Listen, I'm picking Fury, as you guys know, because I think Fury is more versatile out of the two. But I think Joshua, this is a fight. This is a fight. This is no, people are saying that Fury's going to walk through him and like what Nassim Hamed said. I don't agree with people. I think people are overlooking AJ. AJ's a guy that he wants to learn. He's improving. Every fight he's improving and he wants to learn. He wants to get better. He's living in the gym. It's whether AJ can get over the mindset that he's currently in. If he can get back to that ruthless AJ, then I believe he's got a very good chance of upsetting the apple cart. He can upset Tyson Fury. But as of right now, I think Tyson Fury is rightfully so the favorite in the fight. 60-40, 65-35, I think that's the split for me. Some people say, I don't think it's a 50-50 fight at the minute. I think going off their recent performances, I think Fury right now is on a different level right now. He's on a different level. I think if Joshua can get back to his old self, then we're talking more 45-55, and I'll give Joshua much more. But again, he's not going to fight again now till the Fury fight. So Joshua needs to approach it in an aggressive way. He can beat Tyson Fury. There's no doubt about it. You know, a lot of people saying he can't beat him. Yeah, I'm not picking him, but he can win the fight. He can win the fight. It's just that he's got to show more. For me, he's got to show more. He's got to show more. He's got to be more aggressive with Fury. He's got to be rough with him. And I think that's the only way he can beat him. But leave your thoughts. Let me know what you think. Do you think Tyson Fury knocks out AJ? Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And guys, remember to please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.